Our next speaker's name is Zuby, and he's a rapper with a lot of love in this room. When I know of him, on Twitter, he's been an absolute warrior against the COVID regime in all aspects. There's a lot of appreciation for that. But before I bring him up, I need 10 volunteers. Can I see some hands? Okay, well, that's too many, but I need 10. And y'all's job is to very quietly walk around the back of the room and tell people who are talking to please shut the hell up. Because all the people in the back of the room think that we can't hear them up here, but we can. And our speakers are trying to speak and stuff, so we need some help. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. We got Ron Paul. We can't have half the crowd talking, having their own conversation in the back when Dr. Paul is up here in a minute. So let's get our drinks and then eyes and ears forward here, people. I know y'all are libertarians. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but okay, suggest just go outside if what you have to say is more important than what we have to say to you up here. All right, now, sorry for being a jerk, but it is what it is. Business is business, as we say in Texas. Now, the rapper, Zuby.
Wow. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing? It's an absolute honor for me to be here this evening. It took me 13 hours to get here. Very, very long flight all the way over from the UK via Dallas, Texas. So it is 4 a.m. right now in my local time. But I'm here and I'm happy to be here. Honestly, I can't tell you guys how good it feels to be up here. After the past 2 years, 2.5 years of absolute global insanity. And it feels so good to just see people's faces again. To see people here. Honestly, like I'm just looking here mesmerized. Feeling also just so welcome. Honestly, thank you so much for the welcome. It's been amazing. No, seriously, I'm an independent rapper, author, podcaster from England. And I'm here right now in Reno, Nevada, talking to hundreds of people here at this wonderful libertarian conference, talking about freedom, liberty, and all of that good stuff. And it's amazing. It feels so good to be surrounded by like-minded people who understand this. Because, man, the world really gave up on those ideas. Now, this really struck me. So for those of you who don't know my background, so I was born in the UK. You can probably hear I don't have a British accent. Everyone asks me, what happened to your English accent, Zuby? I actually never had one. I grew up in the Middle East. I grew up in Saudi Arabia. I lived there for 20 years. My family background is originally from Nigeria. And I must say, as someone who grew up in the Middle East, which is not exactly known as the bastion of liberty, it's been shocking to me just how Western society capitulated over the past 2.5 years. It truly shocked me. As someone who grew up in the Middle East, you know, I'd always get Westerners, whether in the UK or America, telling me, man, Saudi Arabia, that's crazy. They make people cover up their faces in public. You know, they tell women they can't go outside, or they can't do this, or they can't do that, and then when I point something out over the past couple of years, people are like, that's different, Zuby. This is science. It's science. Put a hand up if you've heard the term "follow the science" or "trust the experts" in the okay, it wasn't just in my country then. But honestly, I'm happy to be here in the USA, which, despite all the nonsense, despite all the infringements, is truly still the global bastion of freedom and liberty. Now, as someone who's not from the USA, this is something I truly value about this country. And one of my greatest criticisms, actually, of the USA and Americans is I don't think Americans know just how good you have it. And I think that when people don't appreciate how good they have something, they're very quick to let it go, right? Now, as I'm sure everyone in this room knows, liberty and freedom is not the human default. This is not the default throughout history. This is not the default around the world. Billions of people, pretty much everybody who walks this earth has lived under some form of tyranny. As far as I'm aware, this country right here was the first one to be formed without some type of outright dictatorship or monarchy. I mean, hey, I'm from England. We still got the monarchy, you know? Shout out to the Queen. She's been ruling forever. She's just had her jubilee, so, you know, God save the Queen, long live the Queen. That's all good. But, you know, as we've learned, the hardest part of 2 weeks to slow the spread is the first 700 days. And something we've really learned is that when people are afraid, when people are scared, not only will the majority of people accept authoritarianism, they will in fact demand it. Now, I'm sure many of you have been seeing what's been going on around the world. I mean, it's truly been insane. I'm very grateful. I've actually been able to travel to 8 different countries throughout the scamdemic. And I don't think people fully realize how international the insanity has been. There's places that are still in lockdown right now. There's places still with outdoor mask mandates right now. There's places where you can't go to a restaurant, you can't go in a shop, you can't buy gas for your car without showing proof of having committed to our Savior, Lord and Savior, Pfizer or Moderna. Honestly, we've just been living through such a crazy time, and honestly, for me, it's been very disheartening in a way. But I think that one of the shining lights that has come out of this is it has brought people together, despite all the division, all the isolation, all the negativity, people advocating for outright things I think we never thought we were going to see again. Seeing people advocating for outright discrimination, outright segregation. Again, in the USA, in the UK, across Europe. I'm sure you saw the madness going on in Australia, Canada, New Zealand. Still, it's truly been scary, but I think we've all learned a lot about humanity over the past couple years. And while some of that may be disheartening, I'm sure you've also found the opportunity to connect with like minds all around the globe, whether through social media, the internet in general. And despite all of the drama and negativity and craziness of Twitter and all these other social media platforms, I'm very grateful for the opportunity that they provide for us to connect with each other. I mean, just being here, walking through, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I'm at an event like this, I'm talking to people and I'm like, how do you know me? Like, why do you know me? Like, I'm not from here. I've never been here before. And it's just amazing to have this, you know, in all these different cities, even in different countries. And trust me, there are millions, billions of people around the globe who, through the past 2.5 years, people have been feeling very isolated. You know, people have been wondering if they're the crazy one. All right? I'm sure every single person in this room has had that feeling. As liberty-minded individuals, you've had that feeling, am I the crazy one? And no, you're not the crazy one. All right? I think it's perfectly reasonable to want to have basic human rights, to want to be able to go outside, show your face in public, run your business, do your job, all of that good, normal stuff. I don't think that's anything too radical or too extreme. But we were put in this strange position where if you were not demanding tyranny upon yourself and upon your own fellow citizens, you somehow got labeled an extremist. You were called anti-science, probably called a grandma killer, an anti-vaxxer, whatever it is, all of this terminology designed to divide us. Because that's always what is going on, right? It's always division, always division. The media, politicians, always there trying to stir that division, right? They do it based on our skin color, our nationality, our religion, political groups. Man, they managed to divide and separate families and friends based on whether or not someone took a particular injection. Anyone here ever lost a friend over a flu shot before? I doubt it, right? Absolute psyop. So I don't want to dwell on that too long. I want to have a generally positive message here, because I'm here in the USA, and like I said, I'm freaking happy to be here, man, honestly. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here. But if I can leave everyone here with, if there's something I really want people to take away, do not take those rights, those freedoms, that liberty for granted. I'm sure you all appreciate that the USA is a special country. I know you will feel that somewhere in your heart. It's not a perfect country. There's still things that everybody wants to make better, but I think it's so important to have a sense of perspective and gratitude for what you do have. And I think it's so important for you to defend that. Because as you can see, there is an assault on freedom going on, right? We have moved backwards over the past couple years. In my country, in this country, all around the world. I think some very, very concerning precedents have been set, but I do remain positive and optimistic that that can be reversed and that we can continue to move forward in a positive direction. So don't let all of the division get to you. I know we live in a very weird time where it's very easy to feel like we're just heading down this dark path and everything is getting worse and there's no hope for the future and the globalist overlord lizards are gonna put chips in all of us. And well, they talk about it pretty openly these days. They're not really hiding it all that well. But no, we are gonna win. The power always is with the people, whether or not people acknowledge that. If you look at history, if you look around the world, the power always ultimately lies with the people. It doesn't lie with the state. It doesn't lie with the government. They can only push as hard as people are willing to take it, right? So be vigilant about your freedoms. An important message, I think, is treat people kindly. Be nice to each other. I know we all have our political disagreements. I know it's easy to yell at people on Twitter or in real life, and I'm sure some of you have been yelled at, but you can't let this country get torn apart, man. What you guys have here in the USA, it's too good. It's too good. Don't let them tear you apart. Protect those rights. Remember, with those rights also come responsibilities. I think that's something that's often forgotten, but that's very, very important. And I don't want to spend too much time here, but I do want to say God bless every single person in this room. Thank you for all of the love. I'm glad that I've been able to help and inspire people in some way, shape, or form. I love you guys. God bless you all. And God bless the freaking USA, man. I appreciate you. Yo, can I get a selfie? Yeah, let's do this. I don't normally do this, but this crowd is too lit. Let's go. All right, I think we need a video on this one. All right, let's go. Let's get the video here. Yo! Thank you, guys. God bless.